impaired driving is a problem in Maine, but it's also an issue across the entire nation. Combating that issue was the focus of the 10th annual Maine Impaired Driving Summit in Bangor. Around 200 individuals tasked with keeping people safe gathered at the Cross Center for the event, and they range from law enforcement to prosecutors and policymakers.
Over the last number of years, our highway fatalities have gotten worse. About a third of all highway fatalities are the result of somebody that got behind the wheel that's impaired on a substance, whether it's alcohol, cannabis, other drugs, or even prescription medication. Some folks just don't realize that the medication they take on a daily basis has a impairing effect.
Ultimately, it comes down to the driver. You get in that car and you're impaired, whether it's drugs or alcohol, legal or not. Once you get in that car, you're driving impaired, you're driving illegally.
There are over 40,000 people that die annually in preventable car crashes in the U.S. In 2021, that number was 43,000, and that's the highest total in 16 years.